The vote was unanimous. All 1,247 council species agreed. Humanity was too dangerous, too unpredictable, too ambitious to remain in civilized space. You are hereby exiled to the outer void, High Arbiter Vexthor declared, his voice echoing through the Grand Chamber. Beyond the Council's borders, beyond our protection, beyond our laws. Ambassador Chun stood silently as the verdict was delivered. No appeals, no second chances. Humanity had been given 50 years to integrate into galactic society, and in those 50 years, they had colonized faster, innovated harder, and questioned everything more aggressively than any species in Council history. You will have one standard cycle to evacuate all Council space, Vexthor continued. After that, any human vessel will be fired upon. This is for the galaxy's own good. Chen finally spoke. We understand. We'll leave peacefully. The Council was surprised. They'd expected rage, pleading, perhaps even threats. But humanity simply left. 75 years later, the distress signal came from the Valkyrie homeworld. Their sun was dying, not in billions of years as predicted, but now. A stellar anomaly that their best scientists couldn't explain, let alone solve. The Council convened an emergency session. Panic filled the chamber. We need to evacuate 4 billion Valkyrie, someone shouted. Impossible. No species has that transport capacity. Our calculations show we can save perhaps 30%. That's still 2.8 billion dead. Then the communication came through. A human vessel, broadcasting on old Council frequencies. This is Captain Morrison of the Terran Union ship Perseverance. We've detected your crisis. Permission to assist. The chamber fell silent. Vexthor's voice was strained. You're in exile. You're not supposed to be here. You exiled us from Council space. Morrison's voice was calm, almost amused. You never said we couldn't come back if you needed help. So, do you want our help or not? Pride warred with desperation. Desperation won. What can you possibly do that we cannot? We can save them. All of them. The human fleet arrived 6 hours later. The Council's observers watched in stunned disbelief. There weren't hundreds of ships. There were thousands. Massive arc ships the size of moons. Carrier vessels that dwarfed anything in Council space. And at the center, something impossible. A mobile stellar stabilizer, technology the Council's best minds had deemed theoretically impossible. How? Vexthor demanded. How did you build this in 75 years? Chin's daughter, now ambassador, smiled from the command deck. You exiled us to the outer void. Do you know what's out there, beyond your borders? Nothing. Empty space. That's why it's called the void. No, she corrected gently. It's called the void because you never bothered to explore it. We found 17 uninhabited systems rich in resources you've never seen. We discovered 3 ancient civilizations, ruins with technology you never knew existed. We met 6 pre-spaceflight species and guided them. Didn't conquer, didn't exploit, guided them to the stars. The stellar stabilizer activated. The Valkyrie sun stabilized. For billion lives saved. You gave us 50 years in your space, Ambassador Chin continued. 50 years of bureaucracy, restrictions, and fear. Then you gave us 75 years of freedom. No rules. No limits. No one telling us we were too ambitious or too dangerous. She gestured at the fleet behind her. We didn't just survive exile. We thrived. And unlike you, we didn't forget what it means to help others, even those who cast us out. Vexthor stared at the impossible fleet. What do you want? Territory? Resources? Reinstatement? Nothing, Chin said simply. We don't need the Council anymore. But if you ever need us, we'll be out there in the void, doing what humans do best, which is rising higher. The human fleet vanished into FTL, leaving the Council to contemplate a terrifying truth. They hadn't exiled humanity. They'd set them free.